If you want to become a millionaire, don't go to college. That's a stigma these social media gurus have put out onto the internet. But here are the facts. 95% of entrepreneurs have at least a bachelor's degree, 80% of millionaires have a college degree, and only 50% of millionaires actually have their own business. The numbers don't lie, and there's specific degrees that can actually increase your chances of becoming a millionaire, which is why today we're talking about the 10 degrees that make the most millionaires. Hey everyone, my name is Hisham Khan and welcome to Income Over Outcome. Now the company Wealth Insight did a study on over 70,000 millionaires to figure out how exactly they got to where they are, and it turns out over half of them, 52% to be exact, had at least one of the 10 degrees I'm about to talk about. I'll go into what exactly these degrees are and what makes them so special that they're common amongst the 1%. But before we get into it, take a second to comment your guess of what you think the number 1 degree held by millionaires is. Coming in at number 10 are math degrees, which makes perfect sense to me because math degrees give you a ton of high value skills. A math degree is pretty difficult for most people. I know for a fact I couldn't get through one, but they help build logic, strong critical thinking skills, and strong data analysis skills. All things that are really important if you want to be successful in today's day and age. I go into way more detail on math degrees in my video on the best STEM degrees over here. But in general, the types of jobs you would get after graduation will involve statistics or data. And like I've said in the past, data is the most valuable asset in the world. So it's no surprise that people who understand data are some of the most successful in the world. Almost 1,000 of the millionaires surveyed had a math degree. Now math is a pretty abstract field, so it could be difficult to get a job right after undergrad with only a math degree. But if you have a background in something like business or even coding, then you can practically apply the skills you learned and get paid a ton of money for it. And that's where the 9th major on this list comes in, computer science. If you keep up with my channel, then this shouldn't surprise you at all, because I've talked about computer science in all of these videos. It consistently ranks as one of the highest paying majors out there. Around 1,300 of the 70,000 millionaires had a computer science degree. Now this is partly because the skills you learn are practical and highly in demand in the job market, but also because tech pays ridiculously high salaries. Big tech companies like Google and Facebook are well known for paying some of their best engineers over $1 million a year. It's well worth it for them to pay these really high salaries to keep top talent from working for competitors. The two main reasons I think computer science is on this list though is because of the mindset you're trained to have when you're studying computer science and because of the insane boom in the tech industry over the last 2 decades. I mean, our world completely revolves around innovations in tech. Think about the hundreds of startups that pop up every single year. A decent amount of them are worth millions of dollars just because a few people with a computer science background had a genius idea to build an app. It's clear that computer science gives you the upper hand if you want to become a successful entrepreneur in today's world, and the ability to think outside of the box and solve problems are key characteristics that self-made millionaires have. For all these reasons, computer science is one of the best degrees you can get in today's day and age. In 8th place are business management degrees, which are general business degrees that focus on managing teams of people and being diplomatic to solve conflict. See, one thing almost all millionaires have in common is that they're leaders. You can't exactly get to earning $1 million without effectively managing people. If you can't deal with people, no company is going to pay you a super high salary, and you most definitely won't be able to run a successful business. What differentiates a good leader from a bad leader is that a good leader knows how to build a team of strong people who are smarter than them and manage them to be most effective. You don't have to be an academic genius to become a millionaire. Most millionaires actually aren't. They actually have geniuses working for them and just manage them to work most effectively as a team. If you're hoping to become a millionaire though, hit that like button for good luck. It also lets me know that you want more videos like this from me. One thing I had a mentor tell me is that it's technical skills like data analysis and coding that helps you get your foot through the door, but then it's soft skills like leadership and public speaking that helps push you through the ranks. And those soft skills a business management degree provides is precisely why over 1,400 of the millionaires studied had a business management degree. If you watch my videos though, then you know a general business degree is probably not the best idea because general degrees can make it harder to get a job after graduation. That's why this next degree is a more specific business-related degree, finance, and that's for a number of reasons. Probably the most obvious is that finance focuses heavily on investing, and I can promise you, every single millionaire invests their money in some way, shape, or form. Having this background in investing gives finance students an upper hand in growing a huge nest egg once they graduate college and get a job. Those of you who saw my video on the highest paying jobs after college know that kids who go into finance tend to get some super high paying jobs. It's not uncommon to bring in over $100,000 as a 22-year-old who just graduated college. And as they work their way up, they get paid way more. Some people even bring in bonuses well over $1 million. So it shouldn't come as a shocker that 1,500 of the millionaires studied had a finance degree. Now both finance and accounting were in my video on the best business degrees over here. And in that video, I explained why accounting is slightly better than finance. So it didn't surprise me that accounting is the 6th major on this list. Having an understanding of accounting is essential to every millionaire, whether you have your own business or not. One thing millionaires know how to do well is actually keep their money and not throw it all the way to taxes. Legally, of course, with things like tax write-offs and deductions. A lot of millionaires spend money on things just so they can write them off and pay less in taxes. Of course, they have accountants to help them out with this, but the most successful millionaires also have a deep understanding of accounting and the tax code. With an accounting degree, you learn how to dig deep into a company's finances, which is a skill investors like Warren Buffett use to find companies that are undervalued and make them bank. Accounting degrees will not only help you become a millionaire by teaching you how to manage your money, but help you sustain and grow that wealth once you get there. And the proof is in the pudding. Over 2,000 of the millionaires surveyed had an accounting degree. Holding the number 5 spot is law. We all know that law is an extremely high-paying career. You can earn upwards of $250,000 right after you graduate law school. And those of you who saw my video on jobs that pay over $1 million know that some lawyers have salaries well over $1 million. Specifically law firm partners and lawyers who start their own firms. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out because it's absolutely insane how much some people make just by working a job. Even if you aren't a top-tier lawyer with $1 million salary, the odds of you becoming a millionaire are way higher than the average person. If you're smart with your money, you should have a bunch of disposable income to invest. Let's say you're an associate at a big law firm earning $250,000. 35% of that is probably going to taxes, which means you'll actually have $162,000 left to spend. If you manage to live off of $100,000, which is way more than you need, you'll still have $62,000 left to invest. The safest thing to do would be to put that money into an S&P 500 index fund, averaging you 8% every single year. And that would make you a millionaire in 11 years. That means if you graduate college at 22 and law school at 25, you'll be a millionaire by the time you're 36. Now, of course, if you have student loans, it might take you 1 or 2 years more, but becoming a millionaire in your 30s ain't that bad. Plus, keep in mind that the S&P 500 is the safest way to invest. If you put your money into real estate or other high returning assets, you would get there much sooner. So it shouldn't be a surprise that over 3,300 of the millionaires studied had a law degree. Holding 4th place is another general business degree, business administration. Now the difference between business administration and business management, which we spoke about a few minutes ago, is that business administration focuses more on growing companies and the actual day-to-day functions of a company. Whereas business management, as we discussed, is focused more on the human side of managing people. As part of a business administration degree, you will learn all about things like strategy and market research, which are really important in helping leaders make critical decisions about running companies. And that forward-thinking mindset provided by a business administration degree is what's helped over 4,000 of the millionaires studied get to where they are. Now we're down to the top 3, and if you haven't already, make sure you comment what degree you think is going to be in the number 1 spot. Now going into 3rd place, we have economics, which is literally the study of the movement of money. So I'm not surprised that they made it onto this list. Economics is one of the highest paying degrees I spoke about in this video over here, and it's a pretty technical degree with a lot of math and analysis involved. You learn all about how money is controlled and how to determine if the economy is going to do well or not. That gives economists the upper hand in knowing what to do with their money. After all, if you want to make money, you have to understand money, and very few people understand money more than economists. And that's exactly why economics is one of the most common degrees held amongst millionaires, with over 5,700 of the millionaires in the study having an economics degree. Coming in second place is engineering. Engineering trains your mind to be innovative and solve problems. It's literally their job to think outside of the box. And like I mentioned with computer science, that's essential to becoming a self-made millionaire. If you watch the Shark Tank, then you know the best way to make money is to find a problem and come up with a unique solution to that problem. And engineers are amazing at doing that, which is why so many of them become millionaires. But you're probably not going to become a millionaire by working a normal 9-to-5 engineering job. Most engineering millionaires are actually founders of their own companies, and there's a bunch of different engineering degrees out there. I spoke about 10 of the best ones in this video over here. And if you're interested in going into engineering, that video is definitely going to help you out. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg all have backgrounds in engineering, and insanely enough, over 7,500 of the millionaires surveyed also had an engineering degree. So there's no doubt that if you have an engineer's mindset, you can be wildly successful. Now it's time for the one you've all been waiting for. The most common degree held by millionaires is an MBA. A whopping 12%, or 8,400 of the millionaires surveyed, had an MBA. Most people going for an MBA already have an established career, but they want to climb the ladder even higher, so they use it as a chance to meet other successful people, which helps them do more deals and find better opportunities. In the business world, who you know directly correlates with your success, and the right MBA program can get you in with the right people, which is why an MBA from a top school can really increase your chances of becoming a millionaire. You probably noticed that I've talked about almost every single one of these degrees in other videos, so make sure you're subscribed to make sure you can stay updated on how to have a successful career and the best ways to make money. Hit that like button if you learned something, and check out one of these videos. I'll see you next time, but until then, peace.